Alright guys, welcome back to Rewind Rundowns. I'm Max, I'm joined here with Alex, Elijah, and Kyle. Let's get right in it. We're going to start with our review on Rings. It was bad. Never see it. Our reviews on it?
That kind of sucks.
So since Rings was absolute garbage, I know a guy that knows a guy that got me and Alex to go see the new Wolverine film, Logan. Check this out. Alright guys, right now we're heading down to LA. We're gonna go see Logan. Me and Alex scored 2 press passes to see this. I'm excited. Alex, you excited to see this?
Yeah, I'm super excited, but a little worried because X-Men Apocalypse was just... that was horrible. So, yeah, I haven't heard anything about this movie either. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be good or
Yeah, because
bad.
I thought I'd be hearing a lot of like people talking about
Yeah,
it.
not much hype around the movie.
So we're going in with like 0 expectations. We don't know if this film's gonna be awesome or bad. So we hope this film's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
Alright guys, and with that, we're gonna see you guys later.
Alright, we made it. This is definitely the right place.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I hope this film's awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
Let's do this. Alright, so at the end of the show, we're going to let you guys know how the Logan press review went. But right now, we're going to dive right into Ubisoft's new game, For Honor. Right now, guys, what were you guys' first impressions about the game?
I thought it was really good. It takes like a lot of skill, unlike over here Elijah. It's not like whoever has the most, hours on the game. It's not like whoever has the most money, they can spend money. It's more skill based. But there are some balancing that they should probably fix.
It's kind of like hit or miss depending on the game, type of gamer you are and the type of games you like to play. But overall, I spent a lot more time than I thought I would on the game.
What do you guys think of like the new combat system in this game? I thought it's very innovative, how they designed all of it.
I think, like Alex and Elijah both said, it takes a lot of skill.
Yeah,
so you
definitely,
can't just button mash your way through the game. That's not the kind of game this is. You have to actually know what your opponent is gonna do and kind of predict their movement.
Who's your favorite character right now?
Like, there's characters that are like, okay, so this is kind of balanced, and then there's Nobushi, where she could just poke you, and then like she's like 12 feet away from you, and she basically has a sniper that's a spear, and it's like how I don't get like how do you avoid stuff like this?
Each class of character, they have a light attack, medium attack, and a heavy, and then they have their wild card character in each section. So each of them have different play styles that it takes a long time to master all of them. So there's a lot of replayability with all the different types of characters in the game. There's so much customization with like Alex said, you can get from like supply drops, different materials to make your character stronger and better. But can that get a bit excessive at times?
In some of the game modes, like in 1v1s, you don't even need to actually.
I forgot about that.
It balances it out.
Got it.
But shouldn't they
that's
do
cool.
that in like the 4v4s? Because you're over here fighting some dude, and then like three of them.
They do use the gear in that, but the reason they do it for like the 2v2s and like 1v1s to make it a fair balance. Because let's say you're fighting someone that has the best gear in the game, and you're over here just starting the game, and you're clearly gonna get the shirt of the guy that has more gear than you.
But doesn't it get to a point where like you could just spend so many hours where you upgrade your thing all the way, and then you're just like a god?
But don't you think if you put hours and hours into the game, shouldn't you be rewarded with it? I mean...
But you can just bypass all of that by buying it. How they do like the supply drops in $60 games, like I already paid $60 for this game. Why is there stuff locked behind like...
You're expecting a game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm expecting the full game, not, okay, so this is, you get to play, but then there's like 50 weapons locked behind this wall, right?
And it's not like it's even in the background. It's like when you start the game, it is up there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you could spend 6 hours grinding out 800 matches and getting 3,000 credits, or you could spend $5 and get it in 10 minutes.
I feel that we should talk about a very big part of the game that kind of fell flat for me, which was the story.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of like lackluster and shoehorned in. I mean, it was a little more in depth than like some modern military shooter number 6 story.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like the story didn't really make a lot of sense. It's just like these clans are lazy. Let's make them fight.
Yeah, exactly. Spoiler alert, but can we like discuss this ending? Like,
Yeah.
what was that? Like, what was that? So you're fighting the main
Apollo.
bad girl, right? Apollo or Apollyon, or whatever.
Apollyon.
Yeah, you kill her or whatever, and then she like leans up against this like cliff, and she's like, "Oh, these guys have to fight. The war will never end." And then she just throws her sword across the state. It lands directly in between a battle between the knights and the samurai, and they're like, "Oh, maybe we should make peace."
That's
They
what I
they
do
put
when
their
I do
swords
it.
down and they start like just like calming down, and then the Vikings run through a door and then they start fighting again.
All in all, if you're gonna buy this game for the story, skip it.
I think we should move on to now our least favorite parts of this game.
The multiplayer, I think they should like fix the spam, like you get spam RT and stuff like that. Like they should make it, if you do that, you should get punished. Which I mean, there is stamina, but I don't know. It's just anything we need to fix that a little bit more.
Honestly, I didn't like the multiplayer. I mean, there were some huge balancing issues. Like if the game is called For Honor, then I shouldn't be ganged up upon
Yeah, like
by 4
5
people on the team.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense because you'll be trying to have a 1v1 with someone, and someone will just come at you from another side and destroy you in one hit.
I don't know, the balancing, the story, and like what Kyle said, how you just get ganged up on by the whole team while you're trying to do a 1v1 is like probably my worst parts of the game.
My least favorite part about this game is probably how you can just buy your way to the top.
Right now, let's move on to the positives about what we thought of the game. Alex,
Well, I think I like the multiplayer.
Elijah, what did you think of the positives of the game?
I like the combat, that's for sure,
Yeah.
and then that's probably it.
Oh, can I wait?
Like,
Like Kyle and you guys are saying, I really like the setting it's based in.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
really cool setting with like the Vikings and the samurai and the knights.
Honestly, kind of going off of what you said, I really like the combat, but it kind of depends on the person you are. It was kind of like video gamey, like it wasn't really realistic. And I don't think that's what they were going for, honestly. I think it was really arcade based, and if you like that, then you like it. But if you hate it, then you're really gonna hate it. So it's kind of depending on the person you are.
All right, guys, we've talked about this a lot now. I say we move on to our reviewing portion of the show now. Alex, thumbs up, thumbs down. What did you rate this?
I'm definitely gonna give it a thumbs up.
to be honest, I'm in the middle with this one.
I'm with Elijah on this one. I'm in the middle.
I'm in the middle with this one. Overall, we gave it 2.5 thumbs out of 4. And now we're going to move on to our movie review, which is luckily enough Logan and not Rings.
We got ourselves an X-Men fan. Maybe a quarter of it happened, and not like this. In the real world, people die.
You should take a moment.
Logan, I don't want to talk about it.
Logan.
Just stop.
Alright guys, so Logan is the second R-rated film coming from Marvel, second only to Deadpool, and what do you think the film warranted this R rating?
So before I answer Kyle's question, I just want to let you guys know there's going to be no spoilers in this review at all. But answering Kyle's question about rated R, fully agree it needed to happen. Wolverine's always been a very dark and gruesome guy, but they've always made him very PG-13 in their films. They've never really shown how much destruction he's capable of. But in this film, it really showed how deadly he can really be.
If he was an actual superhero, like in real life, like this would be him, because it's not like other movies like I move buildings and they're like superhero costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I like that, and it was more realistic, and it just made more sense.
Is there any parts like in particular that you really like about the movie?
My favorite part of the film is actually Logan and X-23, better known as Laura. You really feel the relationship between them, and them bonding throughout the film is just, it's cool to see like such a tough guy, because he's always been very guarded and not letting people's emotions get to him and stuff like that. He doesn't share a lot with other people, but Laura really gets to him, and it really starts to like break the mold of Logan in this film, in my opinion.
And that really contrasts with all the blood and gore and the guts flying everywhere of Logan. And I think that's a really good contrasting of themes and ideals. and it really makes the film a lot more interesting, in my opinion.
All right, so you guys can name like a bunch of good parts in this movie, but are there any really bad parts that don't spoil it though?
Yeah, okay. So there are a few. Obviously, the movie's really good, so there's barely any. The part that I don't like without spoiling is some of the characters you don't see much from.
My least favorite though, it's the amount of times they say the F word. I feel
Yeah.
like there's, though it's a rated R movie and I understand you could say it however much you want, it just doesn't need to be said
Yeah, it's-
every single sentence, especially in the beginning. But besides that, I don't really have a lot of problems with the film. I mean, it told a story very well, and it's just a good film.
Didn't Hugh Jackman say about like 6 months to a year ago that he was done with the role of Wolverine?
Actually, Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman both said they're done with the role. I think for supposedly their last film, they did a very good job and they told a very interesting story.
So do you guys think that this film added to the X-Men mythos, or do you think it was just kind of pointless?
I think it added a good amount, though it left some unanswered questions and some like a little bit of plot holes. It added a lot, in my opinion. It really showed what's happened and where they're all now, pretty much.
Not that they're all old, you know.
I know, yeah.
It's weird seeing all the actors from before, like, all old now.
You know, super old now. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But still good.
No, it's still a good movie, but this is basically like the aftermath of like when stuff starts dying down and they're just trying to like be like off the grid and away from other people and not letting people know that they're actually mutants and stuff like that.
So I know it's hard to do these reviews, like, and you can't really spoil anything. So, Max, what would you rate this?
I easily give this film a thumbs up. Whenever you get a chance, go see this film.
All right, so Alex, what do you rate Logan?
This movie's 100% thumbs up.
Overall, we gave it 2 thumbs out of 2. And join us next time. We're going to be talking about
The Belko Experiment?
And the new BioWare game, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah!